Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariam Jasmine Saka here. I talk self-improvement, productivity and self-discovery, and today I want to talk about something so important to me, that is journaling. I have been journaling for quite some time. This is the current journal I am on. I have written 17 journals my whole life, starting when I was in high school. And if there's one thing you know about the Ghanaian boarding system, it's that it is emotionally, mentally and physically daunting. And in order to really navigate that effectively and navigate things later in life, the art of journaling really came in clash. It helped me build myself and really navigate the hardships of the boarding house, and now I'm able to really navigate things in the real world effectively. It is not just about writing down your thoughts, it's also about clarity, it's also about healing, and it's also about self-discovery. Because one thing about issues is that our brain tends to exaggerate the impact of problems in our lives. I think it's a negativity bias, which is also a cognitive bias, and that problem feels so big in our heads. When we're able to effectively express it or write it down the way I do, it makes the problem feel small. A big problem then becomes small because I've been able to fit it into a sentence or two. I've been able to tell somebody. I make the problem real, and because it's real, I can now do something about it without the filter or the exaggeration that my mind has put that issue through. And that is one thing, that's one very important part of journaling. It makes my problems feel very small. It trivializes things that I have made so big. And that is the beauty and the art of journaling. It makes the good things feel really good and impactful, and it makes the big things feel small. And that is what I really want to impart with journaling. And that's how journaling has really helped me, because in high school things felt so big. Every issue felt like it was the end of the world. But once I was able to write it down, I was able to effectively tackle it, see it from a clear standpoint, and really fix my reactions to these problems. That it goes through the mental filter before it goes through the expression filter, where I'm able to adequately solve these problems. I have seen immense improvements in my emotional intelligence ever since I started journaling, because then I'm able to take an issue, structure it, and associate the right emotions to the issue. I'm able to see things from an empathetic point of view. I'm able to control my anger, control my reactions to things, and that has taken me a long way, because I needed to learn to be patient. I needed to learn to be mature in how I regulate my emotions in order to really tackle the big things. So journaling in boarding house was the perfect time, because the boarding house is bombarding you with many experiences at a go, many people at a go, and then when you meet the real world, you're able to effectively tackle it, and journaling really helped with that. Enough of my yaps, let's get right into how to journal. What is the best way to journal? What are some of the common misconceptions about journaling? What are some of the journal prompts I use? How do I structure my journalism? Is journalism a right word? My journaling, yes. How do I structure my journaling? And I've lost my train of thought for a second. But yes, how do I structure my journaling? How do I stay consistent with journaling? And that's what we are going to delve right into. There are honestly many forms of journaling, because journaling essentially is putting down your thoughts, right? There is audio journaling, which I've noticed is gaining popularity, and it's actually quite beneficial if you want to improve your speech. If you're somebody that is more vocally expressive, you're somebody that doesn't really like to write, things in words don't really fit for you, audio journaling is the way to go. I even have a friend who's trying to work on an app where people can journal through their audio. Sometimes I use my notes app, but that style of journaling has never really stuck with me. I've also tried digital journaling. I have tried journaling on my Notion. I have the Kilo Notes app on my iPad. I have tried many things. What really stuck for me is physical journaling with physical books. I think the physical copy of the book just does something for me. I get to buy a new pretty notebook. The aesthetics of the book itself motivates me to come and journal. I like to hold a pen. I like to see the words. I like to flip the page. So that is the kind of journaling that has worked for me. It's more cost effective. No, not cost effective. The opposite of cost effective. Cost ineffective. Is more costly to buy physical journals, because you have to keep buying consistently, And the online journaling is more effective because you don't really have to keep buying books, you just have to keep getting new pages. And it's also, you also stand the risk of losing them. Like I've lost 5 journals. I have no idea where they are, and that's like months of information, months of memories I have lost. So that's one downside of the physical journaling. If you have the online one, I don't think you're going to really stand that chance because you back it to the iCloud. There are so many things. So each journaling style has its pros and cons. And if the online journaling is for you, especially because we have our phones all the time, we have our laptops all the time, we have our iPads, you can do it anywhere you want, the online one then works. So in all, there are many ways you can journal. You can journal with a physical book, you can journal digitally by typing it out, you can journal through the audio by speaking how you feel on a voice note, and those are just the ways to work. There is no wrong way to journal. I try to journal, keyword is try. I try to journal every day, in the morning and in the evening. Sometimes I go months and I've not journaled. Sometimes I journal consistently, but the best results for your mental health is journaling consistently, journaling every day, writing down your thoughts, because you are always thinking, and when you're always thinking, you need to do good cognitive appraisal. So there's actually no wrong way to journal, but the best way is consistently. And don't beat yourself up when you start and you're not able to be very consistent. For those of us who've even been journaling for many years, there are times we don't journal for a very long time. Sometimes I don't finish journals and I just move to a new one, and it just helps. As long as you are journaling and you enjoy it, you are doing great. Just try to be very consistent. Also, don't lie to yourself on your journal. When we write, we feel like we are performing for someone. We have this thing in the back of our head. What if somebody reads it? My suggestion is, for personal things, write in code. Like for me, I have a code word pepperoni. Pepperoni means something very important to me. So when I write, I'm working through my pepperoni. It means something. I understand what it means. So if anyone takes the book, they're not really going to get what it means. Am I organizing my thoughts? But yes, write in code if you're afraid of somebody reading the book, because write for yourself. Try not to perform for other people. Be as honest as you can with your journaling. And to be honest, when you first start, you might blemish things, you might write things falsely to make yourself look good to yourself, because it's hard to face the flaws of your personality. But when time goes, you realize that being honest with yourself on paper is the best way to go, is the best way to actively work on yourself. So when I first started, I would blemish things, I would leave out details, because I needed the security of the idea that I am right in a certain situation. But after some time, I started writing things as they were, and it helped me to even realize that certain patterns I have that caused me to put myself in certain situations, certain patterns I have cause me to react a certain way, which causes problems. So that's where the self-discovery comes in. That's where the self-improvement comes in. Be honest with yourself. It is your journal, it is your thoughts. Write and be honest with yourself. So how do I journal practically? So when I open my book, I tend to write the date. So today would be Wednesday, 5th March 2025. So when I go back to my journal, like I'm reading my old journal, I know the time. I'm able to reminisce that at this time I was this age, this is what I was going through. So Wednesday, 5th March 2025, I am in my room. It is morning. I feel this way. I feel content. I feel anxious. I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel meh. I feel mediocre. Then I know the emotions or I'm able to really be present with how I feel in that moment. Because then if I come and say I feel anxious, then I bring that feeling to life. So I say, I'm here at this time, at this day, this is how I feel. Then I begin, why do I feel this way? Because of this issue. Why is this issue making me feel this way? Because of this. How do we move past that? How was our reaction when the issue happened? Was our reaction good or bad? If it was bad, how do we not react like that? Or why did we even react like that in the first place? Then we go to the root of many problems, which are internal. If something happened to me, it was beyond my control. what kind of personality am I if I allow something like that to continue to happen? How do I prevent myself from putting myself in those situations, or how do I better equip myself to handle situations like that in the future? Someone did something to me, why do I think they would? Am I projecting my own thoughts onto them? So many possibilities on how I handle my journaling, how I handle things with journaling. One thing I also started doing was I was always journaling when something bad was happening. But I realized that I also need to journal when I'm excited about things, because I also tend to diminish my accomplishments and then really focus on the bad things, the negativity bias. So journaling also helps me really internalize the positive things, really understand that it's because I worked for something that I was able to achieve, because I'm documenting the work as it's going. So I'm able to say I'm deserving of this. So when it comes to self-improvement, journaling has really helped. If you struggle with getting prompts, you can just put it into ChatGPT. Please give me journaling prompts to help me through the situation, and then it will give you journaling prompts. You follow the prompts, you can write. By the time you finish, you have a load released off you. You are much lighter. You feel like you're actively trying to work on yourself and you're actually trying to solve a problem, which you are, because most problems start within. And if journaling is the way to go, is the best thing. We then stop projecting our things onto people. We start doing the mental work that is necessary for self-improvement. Journaling helps with emotional intelligence, it helps with clarity, it helps to relieve stress, it helps with comfort, and it's just all round good. You might start and you might feel like you're not doing much. You might start and not be consistent, but as long as you are making the active decision to journal often, you are definitely going to see results. There's no right or wrong way to journal. Just write down your thoughts. Thank you for listening to my rant or my yap session about journaling. I hope that I've been able to impart something into you on journaling today. I lost my train of thought many times, but bear with me. There's a lot to say and it's very hard to express yourself sometimes, but journaling is an amazing habit. Put in the comment section if you have any questions about how to get better with journaling, any questions that I failed to answer or in the video, and so much. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment and share the video. I really hope that this has been an informative video. Thank you so much.